Speech students, what's up? It's Mr. Thomas. I hope all is going well. I just wanted to say hi. I really miss interacting every day with all 9 of you guys, and I hope all is well. So, that being said, I wanted to start this weekly, or I guess unit introduction with a video of me, because I just couldn't fathom the fact that barely anybody, when I say barely anybody, I mean literally nobody has showed up to the Google Meet in the last 2 weeks. Now that's fine, you know. If my instructions are just so crystal clear and you guys don't need to hop on to ask any questions, that's totally fine. However, you know, not everybody's been turning in their speeches. So I just want you all to know that I'm available if you have any questions. So, with that being said, I'm going to get my screen, get this all off so you guys can see what you're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks. I promise you, this speech is coming up for at least this next unit and the unit after are going to be a lot easier than your informative and persuasive speeches. So, what we are going to be doing, this was the first unit that we did. This was us wrapping up our informative speech. This was us doing our persuasive speech, and this is what we are going to be getting into now. All right. So what we are going to be doing is a storytelling speech. All right. Pretty easy and really fun to listen to your classmates' stories, and for me as a teacher to listen to all of your stories. So we have our general distance learning expectations, which you won't need to click on, but you can if you need. This is kind of like the syllabus. We have what here, I don't know, I posted in the middle of last unit. It's just a speech distance learning daily checklist, all right? It's essentially what's in these instructions for weeks 4 and 5, but just a little bit more detailed. So if you want to know specifically what you need to be doing and accomplishing each day, make sure you watch this. Or not watch it, but just view it. All right. So in these instructions for weeks 4 and 5, it'll just essentially tell you what we're doing, and it'll give you kind of an outline of what you should be doing each day. I have not created it yet. It's actually on my the next thing on my to-do list to do. But before these plot element notes, you'll have some plot element narrated notes, which will essentially just be me taking you through the notes and narrating as if I was giving notes in front of the whole class. So please watch that short video. It'll probably be 3 to 4 minutes. Watch that. Then if you need to view these notes just to reiterate some things, feel free to do so. But then I have a reading assignment right here. Now you're thinking probably, well, Mr. Thomas, this is speech class. Why do I have to do some reading? Well, the reason you need to do the reading is because with plot elements, which I'm going to be narrating those notes, it's essentially just going over what you need to include in a story to make it a good story. You need to be able to make sure that you are laying out a setting and characters, and you introduce a conflict, and you tell things that lead up to a climax, which is the most interesting part of the story. And then you need to make sure that you have a falling action and a resolution where you explain, you know, how everybody turned out and what you or what each character learned throughout the story. So I'm going to have you do a short reading to essentially just be looking for those plot elements, and then I'm going to have you take a Retrieve Reformation Identify Plot Elements assessment. It's literally just like a 7 or 8 question matching quiz. Should not take you more than 5 minutes to do if you read the story. Then I'm going to have you view these storytelling resources. Make sure that you make a copy of the outline and fill that in so that you can begin rehearsing and practicing the story that you are going to tell your peers and myself. Make sure you look on Flipgrid and see my example. I will be posting an example speech on Flipgrid in the storytelling speech kind of folder or whatever on Flipgrid, so make sure you watch that and kind of look for how I meet the resolution, the conflict introduced, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. Excuse me, the exposition at the beginning. And then you just simply publish your final speech to Flipgrid by the end of the unit, which is Friday, May 1st. Now, I want you all to make note of these. I know you all liked our Friday morning coffee and donut discussions, especially when I brought in donuts for all of you. I want to continue that, okay? On these Friday morning coffee discussions, they're not optional. They are mandatory, okay? So every Friday morning, get up and hop on the Google Meet from 9 to 9:30. We'll discuss the article that I have posted in the discussion, and we'll just simply talk and reconvene. All right. If for whatever reason you cannot join the discussion post, then you can respond to the questions after reading the article. But I would really like to see all of your faces Friday morning from 9 to 9:30. All right. One of the reasons that I got into education was not to just post assignments online. Okay, I did it for the interaction with students. So, take this as me basically saying, I miss seeing all of your faces. I miss interacting with you. I miss communicating with you. So please hop on these Friday morning discussion posts and let me know. If you're not on these Friday morning discussion posts, you should have emailed me ahead of time and let me know that you weren't going to be able to make it. So, that being said, please feel free to hop on Google Meet Tuesdays and Thursdays if you have any questions about what's going on. And I will see you all on Friday. I hope all is well, and please take care. Let me know if you have any questions.